Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bazil. Welcome to a channel update video. It is 2016 finally. I have been a little bit scarce over the holidays. I do apologize for that, but getting work in order, just trying to figure out what days I can make content and that kind of stuff. So what's going to be happening this year? Well, I'm going to be streaming a lot more. In fact, 208 days out of 366 days this year because it is a leap year. Those streaming days are Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time till about midnight, or if I pass out sooner than that. So I would really hope that you guys would watch. We just beat Ori and the Blind Forest last week, so we are kind of in the transitioning period of what game to play. And we will be streaming Gigantic as our primary game still. Blade and Soul is coming out this week as well. Going to be streaming that. Hopefully that game does a lot better than WildStar did. Going to be making my final thoughts on WildStar video here in the next maybe week or so. Not entirely sure if I want to do that yet or not. I have a little bit newer setup, so still kind of working out some of the audio and everything else. Got a new pair of headphones as well, Logitech G430s, I think, and they're super comfortable, and they're washable. That's like the coolest feature in the world. So, because I sweat a lot, so, you know, now they won't smell anymore. But I'm going to try a sound card and see if that ups any quality in audio, but I have figured out a few different things to try and curb some of the issues, so that's good. In terms of YouTube content, I might be doing some Let's Plays, but probably not. Going to be sticking to more opinion pieces. I'm really going to try and do more opinion pieces about just general gaming and not just specifically Gigantic in the community this year, because I think that, I don't know, maybe you guys want to hear that, maybe you don't, but we'll see how that goes. A lot of the issues I just stopped caring about because it's the same thing over and over. EA is horrible, Ubisoft is horrible, and, you know, Konami. So, I mean, it doesn't really, who cares? Gaming developers aren't going to listen one way or another because they just, it's money and that's all they care about at this point, at least in certain respects to certain companies. I did not make a video about the Motiga layoffs just because I didn't really want to talk about it. I talked about it a little bit on stream that I had just before Christmas, and some people kind of got salty about that, and that's okay. I not really sure why they did, but you know what, it happens. Thankfully, some of the people that already that did get laid off already have jobs, and they're already starting to find some better things, and they're moving forward, so that's good. And myself, again, going to be streaming 4 days a week. Going to really try and get streaming under control and just kind of create a good community there as well. I have started heavily promoting the sponsors that I have, No Scope, really the only official one that I do. That is going to be in the description below, as well as I'll be making a promotional video about that here in the next coming weeks. I have started a Patreon page, which I tried to do a little bit last year, but I didn't really promote heavily because I wasn't making enough content to justify asking for certain pledges or anything. So that's also in the description, and I'll be making a more updated video about that as well. Good Christmas, good New Year's, got a snowblower for Christmas, that was cool. I haven't been able to use it yet, surprisingly. It hasn't actually snowed enough in Ohio this year, which is like the weirdest thing in the world. Usually we get like 90 feet of snow and everything just, you know, goes crazy and people run into telephone poles and stuff, but, you know, it's Ohio. So that was kind of my Christmas. My New Year's, I was going to stream, and then I went to bed at 10 o'clock because I'm old, and I was like, I can watch the ball drop, but screw it. So that happened. We were going to plan, me and my wife were planning on moving this year, but instead we are just going to not do that, save up for a little bit extra down payment to get a slightly bigger house, because we're already at 2 kids and we're already running out of room in this 2-story house, which is just phenomenal to me. Like, when we first moved in, we're like, we'll never use all this space. And now we're like, we're running out of room, we need to find a bigger house. So luckily I've been blessed with the job that allows us to financially kind of save up for a year and do that. So God's been good so far in 2016. I know it's only been 7 days into the year, but doesn't matter. 7 good days is 7 good days. It's always good to start off the year fresh. New Year's resolutions for me is to be a little bit less of a emotional prick. I know that 2016 I was a little bit more hot-headed than I probably should have been, and I didn't really like that, in all honesty, now that I look back on it. Said a few things that just probably weren't the best, so I'm going to be trying and curb my attitude just a little bit. I know that what have you... Wow, that's not a sentence. I know that some of you enjoy that. There's still going to be that, but I'm going to be less... argumentative, I think, is probably the best word, and really try and put my best foot forward in terms of coming at it with a more objective look and really more of a fact-based kind of argument rather than just opinions. Now, I'm always going to have opinions. I'm always going to say that, and that's going to be the main kind of jousting point of my videos. Like, it's all still going to be opinions. But I still want to make sure that I'm not just throwing things out in the wind and saying, no, you're wrong, screw you. So, yeah, that's kind of the update for me, what's going on. I hope you yourself did have a good New Year and a Merry, Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, or whatever you celebrated. So happy holidays, I guess. Bah humbug. See, I did it again. I'm being a jerk. Oh well. It's still funny to me because holidays are holidays. Who cares what you celebrate? Merry Christmas, you know, whatever. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling there. But have a good afternoon, morning, and or evening, and we'll see you guys next time.